and this is RMS Radio. And you can check out this broadcast in a number of ways. You can hit us up on KUAW.org. You can go to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Periscope, and the TuneIn app on your phones and type in KUAW, and we'll pop right up. You can also visually look at us, too, on YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube. If I said YouTube again. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can hit us up at 816-599-6893. This is a very special broadcast because we have an extremely special guest. Would you mind introducing yourself?
My name is Ayana Gabriel.
And Ayana is one of our students in Raytown Middle School. She had won our Black History Essay Contest. So congratulations to you, Ayana.
Thank you.
She won the 3rd annual Black History Essay Contest. So without further ado, I'm going to be quiet, and I'm going to let Lexi proceed with the interview process.
Okay. What's the topic of your essay?
The topic of my essay is going deeper into our Black history.
Okay. What inspired you to write your essay?
My dad talks a lot about Black history and the things that are wrong about this world. So I got a lot of my inspiration from him.
Okay. What was the process in writing your essay?
In class, Mr. Gethers taught it. We were talking about the 6 traits of writing, and I follow my process off of that.
Could you read your essay for us?
Mm-hmm. My essay is called Let's Go Deeper. Why can't we ever go deeper? Black History Month is supposed to be about celebrating the achievements of Black people, yet all we talk about is slavery, and that's not an achievement. Why can't we talk about things like how a Black person invented the stoplight, an invention that's used all around the world today? People always like to talk about slavery, the civil rights movement, and Rosa Parks, but I want to learn more about who I am and my culture. Many people think Black History Month is about Black people gaining their rights and ending slavery, but there is so much more to our history that we don't even realize, because people these days have no respect for themselves and their culture. It is important to have Black History Month because learning about our culture is a very important part to finding who we are. Finding yourself and where you came from is a good way to strengthen your character. When you learn about your culture, it helps you find your identity. We all have an image of ourselves. A lot of people spend time trying to find out what they want or what they believe, but they don't know where they came from. How are you supposed to know who you are but don't even know where you came from? People think they come from slaves, or my ancestors were people that protested for Black rights. Maybe they were, but you also came from warriors or a powerful African tribe, or maybe you have the blood of royalty flowing through your veins. We act like slavery started in 1619 when colonists brought African slaves to Virginia, but slavery has gone on way beyond that. And there are a lot of African tribes who had other tribes as their slaves, because when tribes fought against each other, the losing tribe became slaves to the winning one, or they would trade for slaves. There are still African tribes who have slaves now. Take the Ashanti, Ghana, Borno State, Yoruba, and Nigeria. As an example, they were just involved in slave trading recently. Black History Month is important, but it's a joke. Why would I only learn about my history in the month of February? And when I do get to learn about it, it's all about Black people being enslaved or about protests. But our history goes way beyond slavery. Instead of using Black History Month to talk about the bad things that happened to us, let's find who we really are and learn more about our roots. We need to start showing respect towards our culture. We need to look past the racism and discrimination because that's something that will never go away. We look at racist people and wonder why they treat us the way they do when you have Black kids going and using slavery terms to address each other. Let's be better than the rest of these people and come together to go deeper than what this world is trying to teach us.
Very good. Oh, very good. I really like your essay.
It was a good essay.
Thank you.
Great essay. And being that you won the essay contest, you got 2 prizes. The first prize was, of course, the certificate and this lovely gift card. I'll let you unwrap it yourself. Here, I wrapped it for you.
Thanks. I appreciate it. So helpful.
And also, you have the certificate. Where's my camera? There we go. Yeah, I made that for you.
Thank you.
And also, you were able to read your essay live on the radio on KUAW. I think it's very important that you have the opportunity to read your essay on the radio because, I mean, yes, the panel actually heard your essay, but now the whole world was able to hear your essay. You know, you were able to teach the entire world your research. So definite congratulations for you for that. And this is just the award that the school gave you as well, too. So you got one from the school and one from KUAW.
Thanks.
So congratulations. Yes.
Now I have 3.
Yes, you do.
How could we apply the essay that you wrote in the schools?
In the schools, I was hoping that my essay would let kids know and understand that your roots are important and finding who you are is important. So you could get like a DNA test or something to see where you come from and do your research off of that.
And how do you think we could apply it in the world's environment?
A lot of people are confused about who they are, or they think they know who they are, or they follow other people and believe that, and they see other people and want to be like them. But I feel like everybody should just be themselves.
Okay. That's my phone. Sorry.
Let's discuss how we can have more activities like this essay contest.
Schools could do things like this, and it doesn't have to be for a prize or anything. Like, it could be for fun. These essay contests are something that teachers can look into, or like Mr. Gethers does these poetry slams for prizes. Like I said, it doesn't even have to be for a prize. It can just be for fun, because this also helps student improvement with their social skills and speaking out in front of people, because that's an important skill that you need in your life.
Yeah, I would agree. With activities like this and the poetry pieces that we do in school, it is giving kids an opportunity to exercise the writing skills, the speaking skills, and the reading skills, and like you said, those social skills too, because with the writing, so much comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, a definite injection of activities like this in curricula would be amazing, because you get so much out of your students.
What do you feel we could do for schools to accept more cultural differences?
Well, that's not really our decision to make. It's other people's. But like the BLM protests, we need to speak, not the violent part, but we need to speak out and let people know that this is something that's very important.
Yeah, like I know in our school we do a lot of culturally, what's what I'm trying to look for? Cultural, cognizant things in our school building. Black History Month, Hispanic Heritage Month, Asian History Month, what was the other one? Autism awareness, Ramadan. I mean, we do a lot of things in our school building. That's one thing I will say is that we have a core group of teachers that really put forth the initiative and the strong push to accept everyone. Because I have this analogy that I always say, I think you heard me say it, and Lexi, you probably heard me say it too, that the school building is a family photo. And every kid should be represented within that family photo. And if that kid is not represented in that family photo, then of course they're going to react. So every kid needs experience being a part of. Then of course they always say that it takes a village to raise a child. Well, Lene, who is an amazing shelter mom, she says yes. And if that child is not embraced by the village, that child will burn the village down to feel its warmth. So we want every kid to feel as if they are, I'm sorry, not as if, that they are a part of the families in our school building. And let's kind of go through and talk about some of the things that we did in the school building as far as being culturally aware. I mean, what was one of the favorite things that we did? I know, Lexi, you was real adamant on winning some of the contests. Ayana, you did a few too. So what were some of your favorite culturally responsive activities that we did in the school building?
St. Patrick's, I think that was what it for, that bingo game where you had to go around and collect the stickers. That was fun, and a lot of kids participated in it. And we also got to learn about people who we've never heard about before. And
the cool thing about that, we also learned the truth about St. Patrick's Day too. The way we celebrate it here is not how it's supposed to be celebrated. Yeah.
I would say the Black History trivia game. It definitely taught me a lot, especially since I had to look up a lot of the answers.
Yeah, and it also, the thing I liked about both of those games is like you saw kids having conversations and discussions about history, about people who didn't look like them and who weren't where they were from and what they were learning about. I mean, I even learned a few things too. And also with the Black History trivia, we talked about things that were sprinkled in your essay. We learned about, the richest man of all time. Right, Lexi?
Yeah.
We also learned about my favorite thing is I did throw in a question about the Black Panther Party. And when kids were talking about it, they said, well, I didn't know it was about that. It was because how I was taught it was all this negative stuff, but it was very positive things up in there with it. Let's see, I say my favorite one, of course, the essay, because myself and shout out to Mr. Fletcher. He's been really helping me with the push on this. As a matter of fact, the gift card that you got is from myself and Mr. Fletcher. So make sure when you see him, you give him a little pound or something with that. But I will say that my favorite thing is probably sitting down and planning all these activities and hearing all the ideas from Mr. Fletcher, Ms. Brummett, and Ms. Ernst in regards to how we do all this. But if I had to pick one particular activity, man, it's a toss-up between Chinese New Year and the Black History Essay Contest. I would say the essay contest because you had teachers actually putting it into their classrooms. And I would say Chinese New Year because it was the first time that we did it, and we had 2 local restaurants donate items to the school. So, I mean, those are the two. It's a toss-up between those. If I had to flip a coin, I can land on either side. Yeah. Let me throw something else out, too. What activities would you like to see in the school setting? I know you're going to be leaving us and going to high school next year. But, I mean, this carries on to high school, too. But what would you like to see in your school building take place? Sky's the limit.
Oh, you know that scavenger hunt you made us do not long ago?
I made you do it?
Okay, you know what I mean. That scavenger hunt, we could do it, but we could do it as a school, each grade level, and then we could have a winner for that. I feel like that would be really fun too, because I had a lot of fun doing that, and I learned a lot of interesting new facts.
Okay, was that the women's history scavenger hunt, or was that the? I'm trying to think. We had a couple good ones, but yeah, the one we went around the whole building.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one. Okay.
Maybe we do some type of spirit week for each one.
Okay.
I don't know.
I like the spirit week idea. I think I know where you're going with that. Each day is a theme or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Each culture theme.
And then you know how when we were younger, the teachers would have us decorate a door or something like that, and then you would have a winner. Maybe we could do something like that too, but with different everybody gets a different person to learn something new about.
Okay. Now we had a cool idea when I used to work at Westport Middle. We did a lot of project-based learning and cross-curricular instruction. So all the teachers on our team, we all picked. It was Greek mythology. So we all picked something, and we picked Mount Olympus, and of course the hallway looked like Mount Olympus, and we had different, little facts and games and activities. I like the whole hallway thing that you were talking about, the door thing. So when you and then we did, and then each group did gallery walks. We used to always walk around the building and see what each hallway and each classroom did. So yeah, I think getting everyone involved would be good too. I mean, we got so much potential and so much talent in our school building. I think Raytown Middle School is really setting the standard on how we can include culture in our curriculum. Now, what cultures would you like to learn about in the school building? Or what cultural things would you like to learn? We nail pretty much every student demographic. However, I mean, that's only a drop in the bucket to what's all out in this world. So what are some things that you would like to learn? Hey, that's cool. I need to learn that. you got me thinking too. Or some things you want to dig deeper on. I'm thinking maybe music. You know how each culture has their own specific music. You know, in our class we play music. I would like to see a lesson with the different musical instruments or the different types of music from different cultures. Yeah.
We do like different lifestyles of each culture, like the way they dress and what foods they eat.
Yeah, foods is a good one.
I want to do holidays because like every country celebrates their holidays differently, or like the past of a holiday, because like when it was Valentine's Day, Mr. Darrington had us do this actively learn this article, and how people say like Valentine's Day is about like loving and things like that, but it's like the complete opposite of what it was before.
Oh, really? Okay, what was it?
It was, it's like it was supposed to be a pagan holiday that was used to like scare away bad things. They would have like this big giant festival. But it was called like the Bloody Festival or something like that, where they would sacrifice people and everything to like scare away things or whatever. And then St. Patrick's Day, St. Valentine's Day was named after somebody who was killed for something. I think it was because he was, or back in that time, messing around with different women. It was like illegal or whatever, and he was messing around with a whole bunch of different ones, and they had killed him.
Oh, they caught him. He was creeping with the wrong woman, and they got him.
Yeah.
There he is. Yeah, okay. But you know, and it's funny you say that you said it was a pagan holiday, but then they put Christian things over it. A lot of holidays that we celebrate are pagan, and they put the Christian stuff on it. It's all a way to bring in more, like a conversion method. 'Cause like every major holiday has a Christian twist or a paganistic twist to it. Yeah. Like I told you about that church I went to in Spain that had the Christian church, and then in the back room it was a pagan's room, all in the same church. I didn't tell you that story.
No, you tell us
Okay. When I was there, I went in this church, a beautiful cathedral, and I asked the gentleman I was with, who was our guide. I said, "Hey man," I said, "what's up with that back there?" He said, "Oh, that's another faith." I said, "You got another faith up in here?" He said, "Yeah." So he told us a story, and there's a myth behind it. He said, "Well, it was these two religions, Christianity and then whatever they were, I forgot the name," and he said they both were the prime religions in the land, and they said, "Well, it can only be one," and they said, "So let's have a competition. Take your religious text, we take our religious text, and we'll throw it into the fire, and whichever one burns, you got to go." They said one religious text, the fire burned around it. It did not consume it. The other religious text flew out of the fire. And I looked at the guy like, okay. But he said, but either way it goes, a tie. Therefore, you got both groups here. And I said, okay. And I said, but why is that door locked, though? And I mean, it was like a big black door with a huge lock on it. And it was just the weirdest thing. And then it brought in a discussion of how you have pagan and Christianity in the same holiday and all that kind of stuff too. So it was a weird story, but it made sense to what we were talking about in school. Yeah, Lexi, you up here yawning. I'm getting tired too. Now we're at the end of the school year, right? And it's been a pretty interesting school year. It's the first school year that we were back from COVID. I mean, you had mask one day and no mask another day, and then put it back on, take it off, optional. He's sick, put the mask on. So it's been a very interesting school year. So what are some takeaways that you have from the school year? Like, what are some things that you're gonna definitely remember? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna remember this. This made my school year better. It made my school year great. I know it's a loaded question. I know you just love coming to school every day. And while you all are thinking, I'm going to go ahead and brag about you. These two young ladies are probably by far two of my brightest students that I've had. And it's amazing that they're sitting right across from each other. So it's like you are all like very symbiotic. I mean, as far as academics goes. See? Yeah, I gave you a compliment.
Thank you.
Oh wait, what was the question again? I'm sorry, I was listening to you compliment me.
One of my top students. She's one of a compliment. Oh, what is one takeaway that you have from the school year that made your school year like a whole lot better? What was like the highlight of your school year? I know it's a lot went on. I mean,
I would say, if anything, having teachers that actually understand and actually want to build relationships with kids and not just teach straight from a book, and then the relationships that I get to take on to high school.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you with that.
Same thing about the teachers, not teaching from the books. And teachers, you do have the teachers that teach directly from the book. Then you have teachers like with like you and Mr. Darrington that don't go from the book, and you go from like the knowledge and what you see in the world.
I would say the highlight of my school year is actually having kids in the classroom. I mean, that whole Zoom stuff. Kids belonged in the classroom. I mean, now I understand, keep everybody safe and everything. But when I came back in school and they said, you got kids coming, I was happy. Because some kid, I didn't know what they looked like until they came in. I said, oh, that's you. What do I always say? Oh, that's you, look like a button that man. I know how you look. Always. And then also, having, planning the activities and everything like that, and actually having real school, that's just amazing. That was what kept me going. And these young ladies will tell you, how many days of school did I miss? How many full days of school did I miss? One. Just one. Because I messed up my back and I still came to work. And they was like, man, what's wrong with you? I said, I thought I could do it. Came in, sat down. And I just sat there. It was sad. I mean, they were like, Mr. Gale, you need to go. I was like, I would like to, but I can't get up. I can't. And then when I finally got up, I started kind of moving real slow. And they were looking like, something wrong with him. Something is, it was like, yeah. And then the funny thing about it is, my son came home and said, Daddy, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't know. So, but I made sure that I went to the doctor, exercised, because I had to get back to my kids. I mean, I did not like not being in school. So I mean, when you have a good group of kids, you do all you can to make sure that you're there for those students. And I think myself and a small group of us actually did that as well too. I mean, it was a beautiful thing. So, but being that we're in the giving mood and everything, Alan, you got your your certificate and your little gift card, and you got to read on the air. Lexi, I didn't forget about you. No, for real, I got something for you too. It's not a Cadillac or anything, but I'm looking like, for real? Can we take it now? No, but Lexi has been with RMS Radio for 2 years. And one thing I will say is Lexi has always been on it. If I need Lexi to do an interview or whatnot, she's always there. I know, Lexi, there was one time where you missed the show, but you was like, no, what can I do to make it up? Also, the morning meetings, you always met with me and advised you to make sure everything was up on the up and up. I think you represented very well. And Tania Blanks was a student that we had on our first staff of RMS Radio. And Tania unfortunately passed away. So we have something that we call the Tania Blanks Scholarship. And with that, it's a scholarship to offer a student their own show on KUAW Radio. And Lexi, if you are wanting your own broadcast for 6 months, it's yours. If you would like your own show, you will be able to produce it, set it up any way you see fit, as long as it's, presentable, which I know you will. You can come up with your own topics and everything and your own rotation, but you have your own show if you want it.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean...
Do you need an answer?
You see, every day. Oh.
Yes, I'm willing to take it.
All right. Well, thank you. Welcome aboard. Yes. So, and we're saying that now because you're going to be in high school, you will have an extension of RMS Radio and KUAW in the high school. So we'll sit down, talk about all the logistics and everything, get everything lined out. I will get with the Music and More Foundation and get it all set up. So, I mean, we always do this every year, the last episode of KUAW, where we actually reward the kid of the show. So it wasn't by accident I came to you and said, hey, you want to come on the show? So it all worked out. And I know, Ayanna, we were talking about possibly you joining RMS Radio next year, if it's something that you want to do. All right. I'm waiting to say, you need an answer now? See how they do me? I tell you, advisory, first and second there. I get busted up for 3 hours. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I mean, definitely good teachers like to give students an opportunity to continue to grow their craft. And there's no other school in the area, Mr. Walker, am I right, that's doing a radio show?
That I know of.
Exactly. Yeah. And also, there's no other school, with the exception of one, that has a very intensive poetry program that we do, right? I mean, I didn't see any other schools out there. So, I mean, Raytown Middle School has a lot of talented students. And I am blessed to say that, these are two of probably the most talented ones in the building. I mean, I'm just looking at all the accolades that Lexi has and all the accolades that Ayanna has. And, I mean, we have a great crop of students there. So, I mean, if you're looking for an opportunity to teach or an opportunity to work with some awesome students, I would definitely look into Raytown Middle School. I'm not just saying that because I work there. I'm just saying that because those kids there are worth it. I can definitely say that. I mean, the group of kids I have right now are definitely in my top 3 of teaching of all time. I mean, seriously. I mean, I sat there and told you I threw my back out and I was trying to get back to school. So we are coming to the end of our time. And are there any closing comments that either you want to say?
No.
No? Okay. Well, we talked enough.
I had a few comments.
Facebook comments. Okay. Are we able to see them on the screen here?
Yeah, I don't know if you can read them. They should be on there.
No.
You're a great teacher. Keep pushing. We need more teachers like you.
Oh, you see
Much
that?
Much love, my brother.
Oh, okay. It's up there. I didn't see that. Oh, thank you. Yes, we definitely need more great teachers. Okay. So we're going to read them all off.
Yep.
Beauty and brains. Way to go, Ayanna. Okay. All right, you got it. You are being a voice and you are heard. Let's go. We talking now. You are a great teacher. Keep pushing. Thank you. Appreciate that. And we have yay. So thank you all for stepping out and supporting these students. Also, support Lexi's broadcast. I'm going to get with her, get a name out. I'm already working on a Facebook page for you right now. Well, for the name of your show, it's blank, so we can put it all in there. So I've already been kind of putting this in the works. Because you're a great kid. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit up here in front. I mean, it's definitely been a pleasure working with you in advisory as well as with RMS Radio. Now we're going to be working with you at KUAW. And now, Ayanna, you'll be part of KUAW also as well, too. So if you want to be interested in Broadcast Club, Raytown Middle School students, please hit us up at my classroom. Or you can email me at tyrone.gethers@raytownschools.org, Raytown students. And if you are a teacher in another school district and you're interested in having a broadcast club in your school, please hit us up at KUAW.org. And we will definitely put a program like this in your school, too. The goal is to have kids ruling the airways. Our students need to be writing their own narratives, not someone else. News from their lens, because they're the ones that live it. They should be the ones speaking it. So, without further ado, I'm going to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. And I have one more comment. Raytown Middle School students, I will be coming back for my Black History Essay Contest prize next year, too.
Oh, she wants to be a two-time winner. Okay, I got you. You got a name for your show yet? Still thinking about it?
Yeah.
I know you got some plans. All right. So thank you all for riding with RMS Radio for the entire school year. We're going to take a little summer break, and we'll see you all next week. Have a good evening.